Hi, everybody. Ain't technology grand?
No, but we try to do something different. We think we're all set, and we forget one of the most important things, the microphone.
I spent 50 minutes working on the camera view and making sure I had everything, and I already forgot the mic.
We wanted to show off our new,
Voila.
well, we're not laying back on it like we could, but it's our new used furniture, and we thought we'd get comfortable for the day.
We don't know if this is going to be our permanent new studio spot, but we thought we'd like to try today because, of course, it's comfortable.
And it kind of keeps the cats away from the cards. They could walk behind us here at some point, which they've been doing. Well, I got to look at this list again here.
So let's make it official. Welcome, everybody, to TFT, Tarot for Today.
Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
Hi, everybody.
Nothing like getting off to a crazy start. Hey, Gina, did you notice something on that opening that looked familiar?
And did the sound work on that? It was the same song, but we just threw in the photo of a recent gift displaying
Really
the
awesome gift.
DNA. Yes, very awesome. Helix. Maybe that's what it was. We were just so stunned with the DNA that the helix.
Okay.
We forgot the mic.
I think I am really close to having this list in
Yes, it is
order.
very comfy. It's nice.
Got
yeah.
it. Wait a minute. I received. Got it. Oh, you missed the opening? Uh-oh. That's okay. Watch it on the video.
I could play it again now. It's only 30 seconds.
Oh, come on. You want to fit it in there? Are you going to mess up our stream?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And we're back, and sorry for that vanity, that needless vanity. I see Divine You has joined us. Hi there. Thank you.
So, okay. Oh my goodness. This certainly makes up for Thursday when we had like what? Maybe, I can't remember how few readings, but it was really quiet on Thursday, guys.
Thursday was a quiet night.
We have a full house here today, and welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday indeed.
All right.
All right, well, we're going to get going. We have some cute little artwork here. Do you want to hold this one up closer? I got this at a local festival.
Whoops. Hold on.
Put on the right. There we go. Boy, I'm way behind you, apparently. There it is. Tea and Tarot. Very awesome little young artist that we know who did her own tarot deck. Very interesting black and white tarot deck, which maybe I'll bring out at some time in the future. So.
Well, why don't you do the card reading of the day?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Why, thank you for reminding me that I brought out today Colette Baron Reed's Animal Spirit Oracle. We're going to grab an animal and see what message we have. Sonny is trying to figure out how he can mess things up.
Hi, Sonny down there.
Under the table here. We're a little worried.
He wants to be with us so bad.
And he could climb up on the arm here, as long as he doesn't mess our drinks up. This love seat has drink holders in it. Should sell our own tarot cards. Well, you know, I could do the write-up, but I'm not an artist. And I have some interesting ideas for a Lenormand deck or two. I've been thinking a lot about, and you know, my granddaughter's an artist, but she's pretty young, and the problem is getting a 13 or 14-year-old to commit to a project like that. All right, I'm not going to pull a card. I'm going to get Mr. O to pull one. And these can be read upright or reversed, Mr. O. Just keeping that in mind. These are a little thick, so in their own way, they're kind of hard to grab. You're going to pull 20 again.
No, I have just one.
Okay, just one for the collective. It's reversed, and it is Badger Spirit. Badger Spirit. Are these in alphabetical order?
Number 4.
Yeah, it is then. Okay. So the protection message for Badger Spirit is...
On our table, too.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to move our table back. Hold on, guys. I had to get up to get that microphone. Okay. So, when Badger Spirit comes to protect you, he reminds you that anger or aggression, argumentative behavior, and being pushy or manipulative will not result in a positive outcome. No surprise there, huh? Perhaps someone close to you has excess badger energy, or perhaps that energy is pent up in you. Either way, now is the time to calm down and allow the energy to pass through you. Go for a hike or a brisk walk. Shake it off or dance it out so you can return to the situation determined and committed, but not so intense that you overwhelm others and yourself. The appearance of Badger Spirit also serves as a reminder, if you have been relentlessly pursuing something that keeps eluding you, the message is that it's time to surrender it up to your higher power and focus on something else. Badger Spirit wants to protect you from self-will run rampant, from being obsessed with getting what you want in the form you prefer, in timing that fits perfectly with your notions of what has to be. Remember, the world doesn't revolve around your wants. Better, more beautiful opportunities will be the result when you release some of that Badger Spirit intensity along with your need to have it your way 100%. And that's the message from Spirit today. I guess I got to stop focusing on winning $1 million in the lottery is what it's telling me, Mr. O.
So, Banshee, is the table about where you want? Did you want your...
I think I'm okay. It's just a little close here, but I'm good. I can adjust.
Okay, good.
I am good. Copacetic.
Then.
So I will move these cards and you can talk about the cards you're reading with because we got a full house. Did anybody else pop in while...
I don't know.
Okay.
Unsee it. Okay, so I have 3 decks. I have the Adrian Tarot, and that's the Hierophant. And then I have the Navigator's Tarot of the Mystic Sea. That's the Knight of Wands. This one's kind of alchemical and stuff. That's the back of it. And Tree of Life, so I kind of like that one. And then I brought my regular standard weight, Rider weight, and that's the 6 of Pentacles. And that's what I have.
Okay.
Oops.
I have the Everyday Witch Tarot, which might hang around in the fall season because it's fall and heading towards Halloween. But I am going to switch up some of my other decks soon, and that's the Knight of Cups in that deck. Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake and Elizabeth Alba Art. And I just put it on top of the wrong deck. My next deck is... Wait, that is the right deck.
You put one deck on the other.
I meant to do it that way.
Whoops.
Okay, and then I have... Oh, look which one I picked. The card you like a lot.
I like this card. The Ace of Wands. It's
Yes.
very fire energy there.
The Light
Beautiful
Seers
card.
Tarot by Chris Ann. Beautiful deck. But I think I'll be giving that a rest pretty soon to pull out some more thematic decks for the fall. And why don't we grab the Golden Girls Tarot again one more time for September.
All right.
And then I'm using the Mirror of Truth Lenormand. Oh my goodness. And it's just got nice colors. I really do like the colors.
It's very vibrant.
Yeah.
That's the
I'll be
flowers
switching that
card
up,
from that
though,
one.
for the Halloween Lenormand I just got next time. All right. So I think we're good to go, Mr. O. And I'm going to go through this lengthy list. Has anybody else popped in, Mr. O, that you can see?
I don't think so. So let's go through that list.
So we're going to go through the list. It starts with the lucky person who came first is Bonita. And then Libra Cusp, Acel, Irish Capricorn, Levi, Kayla, Merwin, January Girl, Josephine, Esoterics, Gaurav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, and Divine You. I got everybody, so we're good to go. I see. Oh, hi, Stacy. Hi, welcome to the show. Good to see you here.
Oh, hi there.
Come join us for a spell. Stacy's a friend of ours.
Thanks for joining us.
What is the name of your first deck, Mr. O, that you showed?
The first deck was that the Adrian Tarot.
Is that the one, Angel?
And that's the back of it. It's one of those A.G. Muller tarots. I have the pamphlet here. I've used it before. I don't remember when I last used it. Maybe it was in the last week or two.
Yeah, Divine You, you're right at the bottom. Stacy's after if she'd like a reading or if she's just dropping in. The other thing is that, lately people have come and gone. I think this crowd is pretty stoic, though, and will stay with us. So you never know. You might come up sooner, Divine You. It just depends.
It's Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, not Hadrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
Sorry about my enunciation.
Okay, Stacy, hang in there.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking of the wrong Stacy. It's you, Stacy. We have another friend called Stacy. So I apologize. You are still a friend. All right. Well, I'm glad to see you here. Definitely. Absolutely. I just don't want to get my Stacys mixed up.
Especially if they have the same last initial.
Yeah, they all. Yeah, believe it or not, you also have the same last initial.
Oopsie. Well, how you doing?
Hope everybody is doing well. Stacy, I believe you're out in California, aren't you? I'm so sorry about the fires and things that are going on out that way.
So do we have our question?
I don't know. Do we? Bonita, did you send us a question? Let's see. Okay, Bonita, go ahead with your question. We've had some crazy times lately around here. And, of course, COVID is not letting up for us either. We've had, on Saturday, we had our worst numbers. Was it Saturday or Friday? Our worst numbers since April. And that is not good. So just watching things carefully. Some of our universities are scaling back or causing their students to quarantine. The ones that live on campus, that's Michigan State University's doing that. So there's some crazy stuff going on right now.
Did you need to shuffle again? We have a general reading for Bonita.
I can shuffle once and cut, and then you can take it from there. So you're right by the camera. A general reading, you've got it. Boy, I love this Lake Sears Tarot, but sometimes it changes.
So my orientation in this new studio is all off because normally I sit on the opposite side. You're on this side. Normally the computer that I work through is over on this side of me, not on that side. But I kind of like it.
And actually the artwork on the background on the wall is something that is Scorpio and Aries, done by another local artist we got years ago. So maybe someday I'll sit on the Scorpio side and really mess with your heads.
Okay, so our first card for the general reading is the Devil Reversed. I'm going to put that right over there.
Okay.
And then we have the Nine of Wands Reversed.
Okay.
Whoops. Which I'll put over there. And then finally, an Ace of Pentacles reversed. So they're all reversed, which of course is not always a good thing.
But in the case of the Devil card, it's not a bad thing,
That's
really, Bonita. What it's basically saying is that, you're going to liberate yourself from some of the things that maybe have been holding you back in some ways. These could be some of your own behaviors or patterns that, you needed to address and change. It could be other areas of your life that have been oppressing you in some way. And that's a good thing, Maybe it has to do with money or finances or materiality, releasing some of that attachment to things and maybe taking a more spiritual bend.
Right. It could be that actual changes in the financial picture may cause that reflection, or may make you feel that, you're just going to have to cut certain attachments to things that basically are costing you more than you can afford right now. It just may be a little bit of belt tightening, or just reprioritizing where you want some of your money to go to, because I sort of look at the Nine of Wands and see that as an opportunity to maybe reprioritize, to go from standing steady in one position and maybe relaxing that a little bit and being ready to flex towards something else. So I'm just wondering if some opportunity comes along and you kind of change a stance. I don't think it's like a job change, but maybe something changes in relationship to that. Like maybe if you have a routine about the job, you change shift, or if you carpool or do something like that, something changes the routine. But it allows you an opportunity maybe to reprioritize finances or do something different with some money, something like that maybe.
Yeah, so maybe this is all catching you a little bit off guard. I look at that Nine of Wands reversed, and so maybe this new liberation, this newfound freedom to go forward unencumbered, with baggage, whether it's something from internally, or if it's something that's happened to you externally, letting that go. It might be just something you're not prepared for, and so you just take it slow. Take things slow, and know that you are, I think, moving in a more positive direction. I'm gonna get out my. Oh, what did I do with it?
The Lenormand.
Yep.
The Lenormand.
So you got somebody to do this? No, you didn't get somebody. They decided to do the spraying. Well, that's cool. We don't do that, of course, because basically nobody's on the floors, although I think pretty soon our students are going to start shelving materials back on the shelves, so they will be on the floors. But nobody's in the library right now except for staff. All right, let's let her on for Bonita. Let me just take a look at how they fell. Okay, I got the birds first. And I've got the Scythe. And so I don't know if basically you're going to get news or something. Something is going to come to you that's going to indicate to you maybe what you need to release or cut from your life.
It's related to that.
Yeah. I think it is. So do you want to go ahead?
No, I probably don't have any better ideas than you, but I think it's based on the idea that maybe this news is connected to this change in positioning, and or what it means to material conditions. So I'm thinking you get some news that maybe makes you change your stance, as I said it, or maybe you just have something you have to change there. It seems to be more like it could be work, but I don't necessarily think it's work. Maybe it could be more career or avocation than work per se.
Yeah, I feel you're in control of this cut in some way.
It's
it
your
just
choice.
Maybe it's something you hear, maybe it's some news you read about. It's something that just resonates with you in some way, and you realize what it is that you have to let go now to move forward with things. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So that's what we have for you, Bonita. That's what the tarot has for you today. Good luck with that.
Thank you for the question.
And Libra Cusp, you are next. And after Libra is Acel, Irish Capricorn, Levi, Kayla, Merwin, January Girl, Josephine, Esoteric, Skorav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, and Stacy.
So you want to move to me?
I do want to move to you.
All
I
right.
keep my Lenormand out. I can't believe I have this whole table. I could get spoiled on this. But of course our audience will miss our cats, our mischievous cats. However, like I said, they could jump on the furniture, and they probably will if we keep doing this.
They're still at the varying stages of what is that there. They're all sniffing at it, which of course, like, yeah, the previous owner had cat or more. So, but they're intrigued with it, definitely. But they're not exactly comfortable totally.
We had to make some changes. Okay, so Libra's what is coming towards me. Okay, go ahead.
All
We
right.
had to make some changes, and we had to get rid of their old cat tree, which was falling apart anyway, and move the new cat tree over to another area to fit this in right. And honestly, I think they're not happy with the moves, but finally, Sonny is sitting up there, and he's the
I noticed
first
that,
one.
yeah.
So,
They're
That
finicky a
is a
little
good-
bit. They're a little persnickety for cats, even.
even, what cat is not persnickety?
There you go.
Whip it. Okay. Let's see what's going on with Libra Cusp.
When we're not set up here, they have sprawled out a little bit on it, and they're each having a preference for different parts. Like one or two like to sit on the back tops, but one likes just to be on the cushions. So maybe it's possible we'll see more of them consistently.
It's always good to share that work, Angel. I just noticed what you said about the search supervisor. We just got a new search supervisor too, actually. This is for the whole, this is the actual supervisor of the department.
Alrighty, so Libra Cusp, what's coming towards you? Okay, your first card is the Seven of Wands. That's there. Hierophant.
Yep.
And Chariot, and they're all upright, two major arcana, so that's rather cool.
Well, this is very interesting, Libra. So, what do you see with that?
Okay,
Something stand out?
the Hierophant stands out in the Chariot because, of course, being major arcana energy. So I don't know if they colored the overall idea here, but I guess I feel more compelled to speak about them. The Hierophant sort of is talking about the idea of conventional things, traditional things, societal things. I know there are a deck or two that looks at it a little bit the opposite. To some degree, it could be speaking about marriages or unions, but it's not really that specific to that. It's more about just things being more traditional or cultured in a societal sense. With the Chariot, we're talking about maybe the accomplishment of a goal of some sort, moving towards that. And with the Seven of Wands, well, I think it's really about strength too. So these two kind of tie into me, the idea that maybe it's the level of strength and perseverance and direction, motivation towards the goal, which could be something to do, I guess, maybe on a more, I'm going to say it's a little bit institutional. It's not institutional like the Tower. It may be a little bit more thematically institutional, like a cultural institution, as opposed to the government is an institution, but Valentine's Day is a cultural institution. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, I've been going on and on and on.
I have just let you flow with it, Mr. O. So, you know, I'm looking at those cards and I'm thinking to myself, Libra, that you are working on something very important to you right now. You're moving forward. That's the Chariot for me. And I sense the Hierophant and the Seven of Wands are going together here in this manner. You may have to stand your ground to push forward, you know, your values, your goals, your commitments. I feel like the Hierophant is something that is important to you, that you are working on, and that's the Chariot. You want to move forward, you want to push it forward, and there may be others who might be not that agreeable to what you're trying to do. And I sense that the Seven of Wands is saying you're going to stand your ground against these people, or you're going to need to, in order to keep moving forward with your goal. Just expect that. I mean, if you truly believe in something and that something is right for you, then don't let them stand in your way,
So, despite what I said, at the top of the card, this deck, like I've said before, seems to have some different feelings or values. It says intuition. And, of course, in a way, that's easy to see and apply to the Hierophant, too. So, taken with what Banshee says, I would tend to agree with her that maybe this is a question of you pursuing your dreams. I sort of said that, but not exactly as well as she did. And it's also interesting to note that at the top of this card, Chariot, it says conclusion. So it's sort of like you are moving towards that conclusion.
And you can't make everybody happy. The one person you really need to make happy is yourself, first and foremost. That is not selfish. That's just something you have to do. You have to take care of yourself in order to take care of others.
So let's do the Lenormand.
Yep. See what we can add to this.
And you're welcome, Benita. We never said that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Benita, if you're still with us. Hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, they're not sprawled out on it. Well, like I said, I think they're getting used to it. It's going to take them maybe another week, but they've been on it.
Well, when we were making those comments about Sonny earlier, he was perched right in front of us on the other side of the table, and he was like hunching a little bit, like, is he going to try to jump up on this table? And it's, just a regular table. It's not incredibly sturdy, so he would probably knock everything over. It's like a folding table.
Well, okay, so the way I pulled this, the cross was first and then the mountains. And so I'm thinking in this, the way that they fell, I really feel that, some of the obstacles, you're just going to have to persevere through some obstacles, which may be the people who are trying to hold you back from achieving, what you feel you need in your life. But those obstacles are causing you some grief and remorse right now. And maybe that's, if something is holding you back from moving forward, that might be what it is that, you're feeling some guilt or some kind of remorse over, moving forward. And that, I think, is the obstacle that you're going to have to traverse in order to, realize your dreams. Sometimes it's hard. We have to make hard decisions when we move forward. And, hopefully, the people who are with you are people who are going to support you, on that journey.
Well, I see the mountain sort of being related to the Chariot and the idea that it's a drive towards that. And so I'm thinking what she said is true, but then I'm looking too and saying, taking it to a different conclusion for me is that this realization, this sense of where the intuition is leading to you and where it is all leading to the conclusion is the fact that maybe some things end and that you may have to make some big changes to move forward with where your goals are taking you. I don't know that this is happening immediately, but this is like kind of
Are we really?
What?
Are we buffering at all on our...
We've dropped a lot.
Really?
We weren't. I'm going to make sure that we're not. Yeah. We shouldn't be, so they should possibly reboot. I don't know. We're not buffering.
We're not buffering on our end, so not sure what's going on.
Yeah, we started off with some frame droppage, and then it's slowly slipped. It's less than 1% right now.
At least on our end.
Yeah, so we're not sure. And I'll be honest, I don't always understand exactly what all these little monitors are telling me.
Oh, she said it's them. Not buffering. Okay, awesome. Just so we know, because it looks okay on our end, but, everybody's using the internet these days because, people are looking for entertainment, with the virus still running rampant.
There was an old TV show, The Outer Limits, and I'll paraphrase it by saying we are not in control of the horizontal or the vertical. They used to say they were. I like that,
Mr. O. And I used to like that show. But actually, I liked, what is it? One Step Beyond?
One Step Beyond, yeah. Those were kitschy shows in the 60s, early 60s, about psychic phenomena or UFOs or things like that. They were the forerunners of some of our shows today. The Outer Limits.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for you, Libra Cusp.
Thank you,
You're very
everyone.
welcome. And we're on a cell. Then Irish Capricorn, Levi, Kayla, Merwin, JG, Josephine, Esoterics, Gaurav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine, you, and Stacy. Sorry. Let's move. Let's move. All right. So, Acel, you are up, and then Irish Capricorn.
There they are. Cough drops.
Oh gosh, the One Step Beyond, they're really very cool little episodes. In the early stages, what was it? They were sponsored by major corporations like, what was it, Alcoa? Aluminum?
Who used to make aluminum. And it was like all this,
They show this industrial footage.
very industrial looking.
Yeah, and it's really dated, but it's really awesome stuff. I love that show.
Totally black and white. None of them were in color.
I ended up getting one of the compilations from Amazon. I liked it so much. So, okay. See you in a bit, Angel. Okay, so is Acel with us? You might want to type the name.
Sure.
I know there's a little delay sometimes, too. Man, I just got to tell you what a gorgeous day it is outside here in Michigan. Just beautiful. So glad I got to sit outside. I'm going to do it later. I sure am.
Okay, I said that message. Hopefully they're here.
Yeah, we'll give them
Let
another
us know.
minute. Do you want to talk about the up and coming? Okay. All right, Acel, give us your question.
Well, I know that next week, in addition to our regular programs, you just had your Material Matters and I had my Emotional Exchanges. But next week, in addition to those, on Fridays and Sundays, will be our modality
Monthly
message.
modality messages.
And that'll probably be actually next Monday night, a week from Monday night, because that's the actual equinox. The sun moves into Libra.
That's right. Somebody has a birthday in Libra, I think, that's watching this show. Who is it? Is it you, Stacy?
Well, I know I have two good friends who are Libras, but they're in October.
Okay. Does Alan Aries have a girlfriend? That sounds like a yes/no. We'll do that.
My
See
duck.
what we get. I got one here.
There you go. And I'm sorry if I'm lip smacking, but I mean, I'm sucking a cough drop right now. I admit I kind of like this. I feel relaxed here.
Yeah. And this morning I was sitting actually in our usual spot for live streaming, but this morning while I was chatting in the Material Matters chat room, but we were eating eclairs this morning. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Chocolate eclairs.
You've been leading me down the road to ruin. You know I don't normally like to eat this much.
Oh, Libra
fat
Cusp
stuff.
is oh yeah, that's right. Of course Libra Cusp would have a birthday.
Oh.
Okay, see, it's really comfortable. The couch, this is the love seat, but the couch actually, how should I say this? I'm trying to think. What's the word?
Love seat?
Reclines further back than this one does. And so when we sit in there, it's nap time.
Whoop.
All right. Okay, there's one ace. Well, it's leaning towards no, Asel. It's leaning towards no. That doesn't mean it's a definite no. I do sense that they're dealing, though, it's possible as far as relationships go, they're dealing with baggage and issues from their past. Now, that looks like happy memories there, but it is coupled with this card of burdens, the Ten of Swords. So I don't know if something that maybe was really...
Is this an arranged marriage since childhood, or is there something like that going on? Like, did they know each other as children and that they've always thought they would be married?
Okay, because this is a girlfriend. It's not a... I mean, they asked if it was... Or if they have a girlfriend.
Right, those two, Alan and the other person.
Okay, so you're asking if they're arranged to be together? I think they're asking... I don't know if they know.
Okay, well, I'm just wondering, I guess,
Yeah,
if there was something arranged about that, and it's there, I guess.
Well, I think they're struggling with something.
I did kind of blurt that out, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But that you just went with what was on your mind, and I think that's okay. I think that they're struggling with something that has connections and ties to their past, and it's burdening them in some way as far as relationships go. Like he said, maybe like they're attached to somebody from the past that they can't get out of the relationship. I could see that. But it is leaning towards no. That's why I'm thinking a relationship may not be involved in this, but something from the past is.
Right. I sort of felt like, okay, if it wasn't that, I did blurt that out. Like maybe they'd known each other since childhood, and that maybe in their childhood they thought they were linked together and they never totally dissolved that. It sort of hangs there.
I think what I was going to say, Asel, before he blurted that out, is that it might have been that there was some really good relationship that they had in the past, or somebody they were really very fond of, but perhaps that person either went away, took off with somebody else, and maybe left them a little heartbroken, and they're carrying that with them. They're carrying that forward with them, which may make them a little bit more reserved or more careful about how they're choosing their partner.
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't think it speaks to me that way, but
Okay.
But sure.
Well, that just blurted out in my brain.
I guess we should throw the Lenormand.
Well, we're going to throw the Lenormand and see if we get a little more. But I would say, Asel, that it does not...
seem that they're that connected.
Well, it doesn't seem like there is a bona fide relationship that they're involved in right now.
Or less of a chance.
Yeah. Okay. So, what did I do with my...
Lenormand?
My Lenormand. Could you pass those back and I'll dig it out?
Sure. I thought we usually leave them set up there.
Oh, yeah, we do. You're right. Because something might relate, actually.
You're in great form.
So how's that Mars retrograde working for everybody? I can tell you how it's working for me. Kind of wonky, but I'm really happy that Jupiter has gone direct. That makes me feel a lot better. Okay, we have the Fox. And we have the Heart. Now, why is this screaming something else going on here? So,
oh my goodness, yeah.
I don't know if Alan works, but either this is one of two things. They're very attached to a job or certain things right now, work-related, or, you know, there is a potential there. They're trying to strike up a relationship with somebody they work with or a peer. If they're in school, then maybe it's somebody in school.
Well, I sort of want to apply it to my blurt and suggest that maybe though they may know each other from childhood, maybe they work together now, and so there's an uncomfortability or a burden with that because maybe they knew each other a long time ago, and so to some degree they're sorting out whether they're still friends or what has changed between them.
Hey, Dr. V, good to see you. Good to see you, and thanks
Hi,
for
Dr.
that.
Victor.
We're glad to help. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So it's very interesting, Asel. I don't know what to say. I'm really leaning towards the fact that there is nobody now, but that doesn't, and you said they're a singer, and so I'm wondering if they aren't trying to get a relationship started with somebody in the industry. I'm not sure, but it could possibly be. But for now, I think they are unattached at the moment.
So that's what we have.
That's what we have. Good luck with that. And remember, the tarot's a snapshot in time, and lots of things could change that picture. Hey, Irish Capricorn, you are up, and after Irish is Levi, Kayla, Merwin, JG, Josephine, Esoteric, Skorav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V. Unless you're just here to visit, Dr. V.
You're welcome, SL. All right. Back to me, or?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'll use that Adrian Tarot then.
Okay.
Do you want to do this as a yes or no?
That's not a yes.
No, wait, it isn't a yes. Of course.
Just say, how would I make that a yes, no? I could, but.
I forgot these ones are a little long, so.
Yes.
But they're not very long.
I still have to bring out a deck that's going to make you crazy. Something too big for the hands.
Good luck with that.
Like you do to me. Let's see, I tell you that Rock and Roll Tarot's a candidate, but also I have a few tricks up my sleeve come the fall. All right. And you know, when fall equinox hits, I'll be bringing out some fun things again. I'll be bringing out my past life cards again. Maybe we might even do a special live stream with the past life cards. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm just throwing that out there.
I keep looking at our tripod over there, and it looks like it's leaning, but our picture view doesn't look like it's leaning yet, so I don't want to do anything.
Okay, don't do anything then. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Maybe it's not leaning. It might just be
especially with technology. Okay, so the first card, we have the Ten of Pentacles, upright. We have the King of Swords, upright. But then we have the Sun reversed. Okay, so what does Amy think of you? Well, first off, I think Amy thinks of you as family. You know, there's that Ten of Pentacles card, which is family. Very much oriented that way. And the is that the King of Swords? Mm-hmm. Think you're a very fair-minded person, very objective, that you make good judgments, at least presently, if nothing else.
Well, it also connotes that maybe you are in a position of some amount of responsibility too, and that's how they're looking at you, is that you have a certain responsibility and that you seem to handle that well.
But there's the Sun reversed, and the Sun reversed just seems to feel as though there's some pessimism, there's some doubts, there's some concerns about the future.
Right. It could be that a lot of times with me, the Sun card has a couple of things that people don't always see. Sometimes I think it does talk about relationships or marriages. So with it reversed, it could be saying that it doesn't look feasible or it doesn't look perfect. But another thing about the Sun reversed is that to me, the Sun is the biggest metaphor for casting light, which means it reveals things. And so to me, the Sun is about illumination. And when it's reversed, then it may mean that some things are not easy to find out or are not easy necessarily to be in the present set of circumstances. So maybe sometimes people don't necessarily want to be totally honest in a certain way is also a possibility.
Okay, let me let her mind.
But yeah, I totally get the family idea there, that Amy sees you as family.
There's a strong bond like family, at any rate. That's very clear.
Yeah, those were fun.
They were a lot of fun, and that's why I could see just doing it as its own standalone special. Maybe we should do it like once in September and once in October, Mr. O, for Halloween.
Sure.
Special live stream.
Well, in some esoteric-ish traditions, the fall equinox is also a metaphor for the seeds that need to be planted in the fall, because not everything is planted in the winter or the spring. Sometimes it's planted in the fall and it has to gestate. And
There's that cross card again. It came up earlier and it came up first again. And then we have the snake card. So I'm wondering here if Amy has any feelings at all. Any bad feelings at all, let me put it that way. It may be related to, and maybe that's where the sun reversed comes in, is some feelings that maybe she has felt that you have not been totally upfront about some things. There's just some issues that, she felt maybe, or she feels that, she cannot, maybe some trust has been broken that needs to be rebuilt. I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's a possibility.
Well, what's interesting about that to me, too, is that I sort of maybe alluded to that as one of two or three ideas behind the sun reversed, the sense of honesty or wondering if they felt honest. And, of course, so the snake maybe brings that home a little bit more. And once again, we could always say, too, that sometimes what other people feel isn't necessarily a reality, but it could color a reality. But then I look at having laid those out and seeing the King of Swords in the middle, I'm saying that this still gives you the position of a level of responsibility and or the judgment to make a decision or to make a path of movement, because it could also be about an undertaking. And maybe it leads towards resolving that one way or the other, or maybe it leads in some other direction.
That's what we have.
So in other words,
Irish.
despite the feelings, you're still the one in the middle. And it looks that way too in the cards.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. That sounds good. All right. We'll leave it at that, Irish Capricorn. Good luck. And I just wanted to say, Dr. V, you are at the bottom of a list. It's kind of long, but we're on Levi now. I'm going to go through the list and you can hear where you're at. So there's Levi, Kayla, Merwin,
You're welcome.
January Girl, Josephine, Esoteric, Skorav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V. And we're going to cut it right off at Dr. V because I doubt we're going to get anybody else in today.
Oh my goodness. It seems like old times.
Oh, you have plenty of time, January Girl. You've got, but after Levi, there's two people in front of you. I'm going to shuffle these a bit. So we are waiting on Levi's question. Oh, there it is. Is a negative spirit? Oh, okay. Attacking me, or is it something else? How do you want to handle that?
Let's see. I don't have it yet.
Oh, you have
Oh,
more.
there it is.
Okay, there.
Okay. And I remember we asked about that before, something related to that. So let's go ahead.
Gonna use yours? One of yours?
Yeah, let's...
Just a writer?
Yeah, do you want to do a standard yes or no and then go back to it?
I think so. So
All
we're
right.
going to find out if it's a negative spirit. Let's see. So anyway, at the beginning of our broadcast, for those who saw the intro, that DNA helix that we got as a gift from wonderful Gina is up in our master bedroom in this nice corner where it just casts these shadows on the wall as it swirls around. It's so awesome. And at night I discovered if you shine a flashlight on it in the dark, sometimes because of that little crystal at the bottom, you get bubbles on the wall as well. It's very cool, very relaxing, very contemplative. And Gina, you're right. The cats love it.
And are not taking dives at it.
No. So far it has survived. Because I think it hangs within striking range. My cats may be big, but they can leap.
But I think it sort of has a hypnotic effect on them.
Yeah.
They better not jump on it.
I hope not. Pick them up and I'll count them. All right. Oh.
Did you pass one?
I did. Either way, look at that. God.
That's funny.
So it would have been like that.
Are you sure the other one
I'm
didn't show up too?
positive. I'm positive. Don't freak me out now, Mr. O. I know it's a bad, crazy day for this Aries, but I think I got it all. Yeah. So, wow.
I didn't see it in there.
It's not. There's no other ace in there.
Okay.
That's what you meant, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's not in here. Okay. You're good. So basically, in answer to your question, there's a potential yes here. The tower is reversed, though. What do you want to say about that?
Well, I'm almost wondering if, if I recall right, you said it had something to do with your nephew, maybe? And I'm wondering if this could provide the idea that they tangled with something that they shouldn't have, or somebody did, and that somebody is hopefully learning their lesson.
Well, that's it. The tower is reversed. We have to be careful with what we're playing with here, because this could indicate, that important lessons have been missed. And it's possible that, this is attached for some reason. Do we need to, let's throw the Lenormand, because I want to see right off the bat if it gives me any idea of what we might be dealing with here. Oh, I see. So did you read the story?
Yes.
Okay. So this is probably nothing to do with the nephew then. So I wonder if it's something attached to you there. Well, I'm hoping this is a positive sign, actually. The first card I drew was the Clover. And the second card I drew is the Fish. And so I really feel the fish are in motion. They're moving. And the Clover is luck and fate and timing. And so I'm having the feeling here that you might be able to kind of, quickly move this on. Or it might move on its own, that it might not be completely attached. There's something here that's indicating to me that it could be moving away.
Well, the thing is that spirits of various sorts, whether they're human spirits or non-human spirits, they may not always be exactly like poltergeist. Poltergeist may refer more likely to energy patterns that people manifest somehow. There's probably some crossover. I'm not an expert on that.
No.
So I'm thinking that they may be two different things. Unless, of course, the person thought it was a poltergeist and it really wasn't. So we could go with that at face value and say that maybe there was something there. But I agree with Banshee mostly. I think this condition will probably reverse itself. You may have to do some things to do that.
Huh.
What?
I was just reading what you said about the nephew. I don't know if you saw that one. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm sensing that this probably does have to do with the situation you just encountered. But you may want to contact somebody who does more work with with spirits and see if they can help you through this if you need it. It sounds like you know what to do to some extent, but be aware, if things get out of hand, don't hesitate to ask for help. The Tower reversed is kind of a card of repeating cycles. You don't want this to hang around if possible.
That's true.
And I'm sensing here that something could intervene and help you, in the process of removing that spirit. Or, you're going to be able to move it on your own if you do it right. You should be able to move it on your own. It looks possible. That Clover card is such a good card. It tends to really accentuate the positive. And with the fish being movement and flow in a way, I feel that it's going to move away.
Confidence in your own praying talents really goes a long way with that. And I would just say maybe throw in lighting some sage if you like sage, or lighting the candles you mentioned, things like that. Sometimes it's not just the intention of the words, but it's also maybe an action with it. So try that too. Sometimes some spirits respond to the energy of sound. So maybe have a bell that has a particularly pure and deep tone, and say a line of the prayer and ring the bell, or hit a chime and let that resonate for a while and ask the spirit to leave.
Hey Kayla, you are up. And after Kayla's Merwin, January Girl, Josephine, Esoterics, Gaurav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V. Hey, you're very welcome. And as a student, or that you're learning this, don't hesitate to talk to somebody more experienced. And thanks for the questions. We love questions that challenge us.
Oh yeah.
So Kayla, not that everybody's question doesn't have an amount of challenge to it. They absolutely do.
There's Kayla.
All right. Oh, okay. We're going to do a yes/no on that one, Kayla, and see what we get.
Oh, that would be a nice one to work with the reincarnation stuff in the fall.
Hey, that's right. The reincarnation cards, for people who aren't familiar with what we did last year, it's a deck I have called Awakening Far Memory, and it's a real fun deck. They give you something like, I think it is 5 categories of cards. Some have to do with what kind of occupation you had, kind of the environment you lived in, what kind of things you were involved in, how you died, things of that nature. And it's just a lot of fun to work with them. It's pretty awesome. No, Gaurav, you're still a little further down. We've got Kayla, then Merwin, January Girl, Josephine, Esoterics, and then you, Gaurav. And then the bottom half of what's left of the list. So you're okay. All right, I'll watch for those aces. You'd think I wouldn't have had a problem with wasn't I using the Rider Waite? Oh well, whatever. Just that kind of day. This one. Oh gosh, that would have been so funny if that other card was, and actually it is, so. Almost messed up again. Oh my gosh! Kayla, I don't know what kind of connection you think you have, but we just got 3 aces, which means there's a definite connection of some sort here.
Or the cards are indicating that.
Or the cards are, I should say the cards are indicating that. If you feel something, there's some kind of connection. What is it exactly? I don't know. Should we throw through more cards, or should we do I think we need to on this real quick. We're just going to give a quick overview of what we see with 3 cards. And maybe you can explore this again another time. All right, shuffle quick. Wow. I don't know if I've ever felt a connection like that with any particular person, like a past life connection. I have to think about that. I mean, I gravitate to places, which may be why I picked the name Banshee, because I gravitate a lot to Ireland, but and a few other places, but that really stands out to me a lot. Anyway, I'm musing now. All right.
You're always amusing, Banshee.
There is that, Mr. O.
Oh dear.
What do you think? There's some kind of bond or connection here, definitely. There's the Two of Cups.
Yeah, there shows a connection there. I mean, I couldn't say something dopey like, you were...
Oh my gosh, I have a really bizarre thought I'm going to throw out there anyway.
I'll let you
There's
do
the
it.
King of Cups reversed. And there's the Seven of Wands upright.
Okay.
I don't know why. When I saw that Two of Cups and then I saw the King of Cups reversed, I couldn't help but wonder, do you have a connection with Marilyn Monroe in that, you might have been her in a past life? Or do you have a connection with somebody she was connected with in that past life? And was it a man?
Right. I'm one of those people that easily believes that people who reincarnate are very gender fluid. I'm positive that I've been female in a number of past lives, and I'm positive that we were both sisters or siblings of some sort in past lives. I don't have exact information. Some of this was revealed to us, but I think that these things happen, and so I'm getting what Banshee's saying. I'm just wondering if maybe you were a person who was connected with her, and not necessarily that you were a male or a female, but you were strongly connected with her. You were a person that may have loved her in some capacity.
And it seems like with that Seven of Wands...
That is masculine, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was also thinking with that Seven of Wands that maybe you had a lot of competition, obviously.
Yeah,
and,
that could be too.
It shows you holding your ground there, like maybe you had the upper hand, or maybe you were just vying for that all the time, and it was a struggle, and it was emotionally taxing on you.
You were the other something meat, and you didn't get picked. You were the boyfriend that got away or went away or didn't get picked. That's what
now
I'm thinking of.
everybody is speculating. This is awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No! Not JFK. No. Oh.
I
are they
love
gonna-
it. Sinatra.
Here's to you, Joe. Well, the vibe I get is a boyfriend or a person that cared about her before she was famous. Somebody she left behind in that Nebraska or wherever she came from. A high school boyfriend, an early adult boyfriend. That's what I feel. I don't know. That maybe you knew Marilyn Monroe before she was Marilyn Monroe.
Hey, I'm not sure what the Lenormand can add to a question like this, but let's just see.
Sinatra, everybody's getting in on the act. I liked Marilyn Monroe. Most people, of course, have a real popular cultural image of her as a vapid blonde. From what I understand, she was actually pretty intelligent. She just played the part because that's how she was able to get ahead in Hollywood, because that's the era it was.
Right.
Women's lib had barely begun. I mean, the birth control pill was about the only thing that had happened around the same time as Marilyn Monroe. But that's what probably led to women's lib in a way. It had been going for a long time anyway, so,
Just trying to think of how to make sense of that. We have the letter, Mr. O.
The letter.
And we have the storks. So I wonder if she wrote him a Dear John letter.
Oh, dear.
Or something to, say, it's over. It looks like there was news of some sort that sparked some big changes, whatever the case may have been. I mean, for the most part, I think it's positive, but I don't know. I'm wondering in the context of the other cards there. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that maybe this was a person who thought they were going to try to fight for her, stand up for her, but she was really too headstrong. She really wanted to move into her own direction.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I get the feeling like this was a person that Marilyn loved, whoever that was, whether it was you or if you're just feeling that person somehow, their spirit or their energy. Marilyn probably loved that person, but I'm thinking it was from a long ago time before she became famous. That's my feeling. I don't know if that's true or not, really. It makes
And
sense
that's
to
what
me.
we have, Kayla. That's it. Wow, this was pretty awesome.
That was a good conversation we
Good
had there,
question
everybody.
there, Kayla. Okay, Merwin, got your question. General love reading for the rest of September. You are welcome.
We'll go to the navigators again.
Sure.
Alrighty.
So we're thinking of tackling the COVID crisis again and doing another video to see where things stand. There was all this talk of a cure and rushing it because of elections and maybe it won't be good. So we're going to just do with COVID and see where things stand in an upcoming video. And then we might bravely tackle the election in a very non-biased way and just see where the cards are heading. I hate to tackle things that are too controversial because the election's on my own. So I feel like I should give this a try.
When you're finished, I'll tell you that something's happening with our frame rates.
Uh-oh, is it going?
We're dropping frames all of a sudden, and over in the control area it says that there is a warning.
Oh, wonder why.
Stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. And it tells me to open a widget, and I have no idea if that's going to mess up
Yeah,
our
I
show or
don't
not.
think you should do... So is anybody experiencing problems with us? As far as frame droppage goes? Because it looks like we're dropping frames now.
It's holding at under 3%. It's holding at under 3%. It's been that way for a little
Oh,
while.
wed her high school sweetheart, James Dougherty, when she was 16. Wow. That is so interesting. Thanks for that background, Stacy. Awesome. The picture's jumping. Okay, well, we're not sure we can fix it or make it worse, so we're just going to hope it works itself out. If it doesn't, we may have to do something. But we'll see how it goes for now. So Merwin wanted general
Right.
love for September.
There you go.
All right. Still?
Oh yeah, it's increasing.
Oh no.
It's still small, 3%.
So you don't have anything in the background that might be doing it?
No.
And you know what? I just dropped. I have to go back in. Let me shuffle. Okay. Yeah, I see we are having some issues. Yeah, Angel, we're having a few issues now. We're actually getting a warning on our screen. Not sure what we can do at the moment. We're gonna play it by ear.
That sounds highly
I know.
ineffective.
Ineffective. Well, what do you want to do? Do you
I
have an
don't
idea?
know. I think I should maybe do what they're telling me to do.
Okay, well, do you want to get through this reading or go ahead? All right. Hang on, we're going to try something real quick with the stream. I don't know if you can still hear me.
It says it's a good connection, though.
It's kind of weird. I think we're going to have to, you know what? If this goes on again, we're going to have to check into the cable box. I'm at a loss otherwise.
Okay, maybe we're stabilizing.
Okay. Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's see what we have for Merwin. Well, they're all upright, but they're not all good. Some of them are, Merwin. So we have the Four of Swords, and that is upright. We have Judgment. That's correct. Is A on Judgment?
I think it's the world,
Oh, it's the World?
I believe. Let me look it up.
All right. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. I dropped again. maybe I need to get out and let me try again.
Oh. It is Judgment. You're right.
I knew it.
Sorry.
I know your card's
I
better
know this
than
one.
you. Ha ha.
That's okay.
That's okay. And the Five of Pentacles upright. So, I feel like right now with the Five of Pentacles upright, you're operating out of a place of lack. You know, like maybe nothing's happening in the relationship department that's satisfying right now. And maybe that is the theme for this month. It looks as though that maybe a great awakening is occurring inside of you, that you're beginning to realize some things about yourself that maybe you're going to need to change and to help improve, you know, the relationship picture a little bit. I feel that this might also involve you taking a step back this month and deciding that maybe you don't need to be out there right now. You really need to work on yourself and reevaluate where things are headed.
Well, that's a lot of what I'm getting. I think that this Four of Swords at the top, it says recuperation. Mm-hmm. And so I think the idea is that there is something restful that needs to happen. And that indeed, to some degree, the Five of Pentacles says you've had a lot of things being thrown at you and maybe you feel really doubtful about things. But this Aeon card, the Judgment card, really says you are optimistic and you really want to press forward. So this battle's within yourself. I think a part of you says you really need to rest. Another part of you says, no, I need to take advantage now while I can. And I think you have to come to terms with that because maybe other factors are driving each of those and you have to really put them into place.
Yeah, and if you look at the words on those cards, we have recuperation, which is the Four of Swords, the realization, which is judgment, and adversity. So I feel that you kind of have to, you know, in order to, and also, you know, you should not think about maybe there's a sense of feeling incomplete, you know, right now because not much has been happening there, and you have to abandon that feeling. You know, feel good unto yourself, feel better and stronger unto yourself, and you will be able to awaken and realize, you know, your potential here, and things will start opening up. The universe responds to that. So that's what I'm thinking is happening this month. I wish I had
moved to poor quality, and I think we should do something to take care of that. Maybe right after we do the
yeah. Well, let me finish Merwin's reading, and then we're going to try to fix the video problem. So stick with us, guys. Sorry about this. Don't know what could be the problem today.
Yeah, I'm checking to see that everything's plugged in well. I can't.
We have a lot of wind out there today, but it's not like crazy wind.
We had ended up doing an Ethernet cable because it just wasn't doing well through the regular wireless.
Okay, so we have the bear. This is very interesting to me, and the child. And you know, when I see those two together for some reason, I'm thinking that, you know, your inner child is calling out to you, you know, in a way to strengthen, you know, to strengthen yourself. I think you need some self-care right now. I get that very strongly when I look at the bear and the child together. And I think slowly but surely this month is going to be a period where you become a stronger individual and you are ready. You are more ready to go out and seek what you're looking for.
I can't really add a lot to that. I sort of feel like maybe this is saying that there is some divine feminine that you relate to that maybe is that mentoring spirit to you. But I'm thinking overall that's the most important card to me, the recuperation. That you just sort of need to take a chill from a lot of this stuff so you can focus on those. And I see, you know, that's really where you're going. So hopefully we have helped clarify those feelings because I think you already understand that, of course.
So it's going to be kind of a dry month. I hate to say it, but it won't be unproductive. You know, if you work on yourself, it is time well spent. So that's what we have for you, Merwin.
Okay,
in January.
we're gonna try to stay
Before we get to
online.
January, girl, we're going to have to do some work here.
We're going
Wanna
to try
put
to
up your
stay
screen?
online. I don't know if I can do this or not, so if I lose you, I'm really sorry. But I'm going to try to. Do people think we're better? We're back, and we think we've got it straightened out. It looks like the frame rates are better.
Well, mine is really slow. I'm still on the technical difficulties screen.
It'll change in a moment.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. So is everybody with us? Uh-oh.
What?
I'm getting no response. There we go. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to go with it. And January Girl, you are up. It's your turn. After January Girl is Josephine, Esoterics, Gaurav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V.
Don't jinx it.
All right, we'll see what happens.
My
Boy,
deck-
what else could go wrong today? Do you think it's our
Don't
moving
ask.
into this room? What? You're giving me that look. Oh, here. What's the pouty look?
I don't see it.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's look at that.
I just can keep my eye on it. That's about all I can do.
How's it doing? Is that why you were frowning?
Not exactly. It seems like it's just
It's
flipping
doing
around
okay?
a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, we're
I've seen
not
it over
sure if it's what's going on with the internet. We've always had pretty good what do you call it, reception in here, so I don't know.
it didn't start right at the beginning. It started a bit into it. So
There we go. Yeah, I'm breaking up again. Mars retrograde. In my case, it could be. Hate to think I'm affecting my equipment here. Holy moly, January Girl. Maybe he got in touch because he's bored, but I think he's on the move in some ways. We have the Fool upright.
I don't got the.
We have the Six of Swords upright, and we have the Knight of Pentacles upright. So, for goodness sakes, I think he's on to something. He's on to a new adventure. He's on the move. I don't know if he's planning on moving or traveling somewhere, but it shows him on the move in some way. It may have to do with his financial resources, maybe, that he's found a job or something that's going to be taking him away. If he's in school, it could be studies. Maybe he's traveling to go to school somewhere, but there is something up. There's definitely something new in store. I don't know if that means possibly that he is interested in starting something new with you. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm wondering if that's him there, right?
Yeah.
The Knight of Pentacles.
And it's an earth guy, earth sign guy right there.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Six of Swords.
I don't remember if you said how much you found out about where he's been recently, but I'm wondering if he's moving away from another situation and he thinks he's moving towards you or something new in his life.
It is possible, looking at these cards, that he is looking for something to pull him out of some despair or sorrows that he's had, some conditions that just were not satisfying to him, and trying to move something that's more stable and calm. And maybe he sees that in you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have.
Let me throw the Lenormand and see if we have anything on that. That means you're the Fool. It could be, you could be his new adventure.
I don't know. I thought you asked the question more about him, so I think these cards apply more about him.
No, just what will end up happening with him.
I see.
Why he got in touch. So, I mean, you could look at it that way.
I suppose you're right.
Well, this is an interesting combo too here, dog. We have the dog. We have the book. Well, I think nothing else, if nothing else, January girl, you will find out that this person could be a good friend to you. You know, if nothing else, this person is maybe looking for companionship right now. That it could possibly lead to something else, but I think maybe you're going to find out that they just need a friend.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. The book is usually about discovery. Even in the tarot deck, it could mean that. It's illuminating something. It's also, you could invert that a little bit and just say that as this person reveals, you know, that they've always thought of you as a friend, even so many years afterwards, maybe they are helping you figure out something too. And maybe that's because of the action of coming back into your life, that they're bringing something illuminating to you too, whatever that might be.
That's what we have for you, January girl. Good luck with that. Hey, Josephine, if you're still with us, it is your turn. And after Josephine is Esoteric, Skarav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V.
It's a nail biter. It's weird because the frame rates are at a particular level where it seems to be holding, but it's not really getting better. It's not getting a whole lot worse. It's just flipping around, and you can see it stuttering there a little bit.
Okay, Josephine, are you still with us? I know there might be some delay and craziness with the internet. Well, we'll see what happens.
However, it says excellent condition now. How interesting. I'm not getting the warning sign either. So I wonder if it's just something that we have to reboot.
Are we getting more droppage?
No.
Okay.
It's just holding about where it was, which
Okay.
is not real bad.
Well, sorry about all that. Maybe if we go back to our regular spot on Thursday, we'll see if we have the same problem. Honestly, I don't know what it could be.
But look. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Well, we'll have to talk to our former producer's son about this. Okay, Josephine, go ahead and type your question. There it is. Why is the Capricorn not communicating? Okay. Do you want one of my decks or yours?
We'll switch. We'll go to the Adrian.
Okay. Well, let's look into that, Josephine. We'll
Capricorns and people with Capricorn placements have a lot going on right now. And some of that involves the Jupiter stuff. Some of that involves the Mars retrograde stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Pluto stuff
going on for Capricorn, for me, Aries, and I have Capricorn, Moon in Capricorn. So it's been interesting times. Ever since the last Mercury retrograde. But I'm beginning to see the light about some of the stuff that, well, I saw it right from the beginning, actually. So I've seen the light as to why what's happening this year for me is happening, and it all makes perfect sense. And I've kind of made my peace with it. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's rough times for us, Stacy. Our sun is a Capricorn, and we both have Moon in Capricorn, as well as the fact that I'm an Aries. Yikes.
Rising in Capricorn.
Oh, yeah, and he's even got that going for him.
And Stacey, if you understand astrology, I'm also a Scorpio, and my Saturn is in Scorpio. And of course, Saturn is a ruler sign of Capricorn. I just think I'm screwed.
But you got a job right away, Mr. O.
That's true.
Some things have worked out.
That's true.
All right, let's see what we can do for Josephine here and find out about...
First card. It's the reversed Two of Pentacles.
Okay.
Second card. Reversed Lovers.
Oh, my. Okay.
Pretty card.
Love the colors on there, yeah.
It pops
Really
nicely.
nice.
And then the upright Ten of Swords.
Yikes.
So this does look a little alarming. It seems like maybe there's a lot of balls up in the air. There's a lot of things going on that are stressful and strifeful. A lot of conditions to balance with others, balancing a home life with an emotional life, with the need to make money, or various other needs or concerns. Maybe there are elder care or younger care in the picture. With the Lovers reversed, sometimes that really talks more about where it's kind of like a similar card to the Devil in a way. It's about what really draws us towards the art of love, or towards the art of what we want to appreciate or resonate to. And sometimes we feel like we're drawn towards things that are short-come or short-term good and not well enough with an overall good. Do you want
I know what you're saying, like short-term pleasures as opposed to long-term commitment.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
And caring.
Sure.
It seems like this person may have been hurt before. Sometimes the hurt is what we do to ourselves, in situations. Sometimes it's from externals. But I almost feel like this is kind of playing into why they don't have a healthy attitude towards love and relationships right now. And there's a lot of imbalances in their life, as Mr. O may have pointed out. It may be on the material levels. It may be trying to get their life together. But there's this pain or hurt that, if they can only overcome that, they might be able to change their attitudes about love and relationships. I just feel like they're not coming from a very healthy place right now with that. And that may be why they're not communicating. And of course it's hurtful to somebody like, yourself who is, wanting answers or hoping for something to happen or develop in a positive direction. So let me throw some on her mind. Go ahead. You can
I'm
speak.
giggling at the chat room.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And thinking, oh, of course that's just a typo, right? It couldn't possibly be, on purpose.
Let's see what we get here.
Me so bad.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, Josephine, let's see. Okay, so we have the heart. I was going to have to be blunt on this one, and the fox.
This came
And
up
you
before.
know, sometimes, yeah, but it maybe in a slightly different context.
Okay.
I feel like in this case, and considering the cards we have in the background here, Josephine, I have to wonder if they are not necessarily seeing someone else that you don't know about at this time. Or maybe they have interests in someone else right now, and that is why, they're not being in touch.
Well, I didn't really address the Ten of Swords there at all, did I? And I think that sort of says that maybe, is it possible that in their mind they're sort of seeing some conclusion here, or they're sort of seeing an ending of some sort, but yet they're seeing a little bit of hope for them beyond that. And I don't know if that means that in their heart they've already decided something and now they're moving in another direction, or some of this is just because of those internalized things from back in the past that we have touched on too, in a way.
Yeah, I'm hoping that some of this is not ego driven, with that Lovers reversed as well. I just wonder if, they just like having people around and showing, and just adoring them, so to speak. So they're getting off on people wanting them, but they're not giving anything in return. I hope it's not that. But I think I'm going to stand with what I said before, and I do feel like maybe there is just something, whether it is a relationship they want to have with somebody else, or that they are actively pursuing now or involved with somebody else. That's the problem here.
And a lot of times, to me, the Two of Pentacles, although it's specifically a pentacle, it does talk about emotional things going on,
Stability.
and
Yeah.
things you have to balance or work out.
Yeah.
This could include the idea of competing or corollary romantic or other interests.
It's very true. When the two is reversed, it's out of balance. What's making it out of balance? More than one thing going on? I don't know. But that's what we have for you, Josephine. I hope that gives you something to think about. Remember, the tarot just helps you come to terms with things in your own mind and what you might be feeling. So if it doesn't resonate, or if you feel you need to talk to this person and try to get them to be upfront with you, then do so. And good luck with that. And esoterics, you are up. And after esoterics is Gaurav, Angel Rivera, KC, Gina, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacey S, and Dr. V. And how many do we have to get in a half hour? We might go into a little overtime, but I don't think we'll be majorly into overtime. Oh, really, Gina? Oh. All right, well, we'll catch you next time. I know you have some important questions.
Bye, Gina.
Take care, Gina.
It's hard to say, Josephine. I sort of get the feeling like they don't necessarily need you to stand by their side. It's not that they wouldn't welcome it, but I get the feeling like they're really being pulled somewhere anyway, regardless. So I don't know. I'm not sure. You know them better than we do, I guess.
Use your gut. And if you're not getting responses, if you're getting the cold shoulder, just go with what they're showing you, because actions speak louder than words, So see how they're acting towards you and go with your gut on this.
You should hit your reboot over there.
We can certainly read on your general energies, esoteric, not a problem.
Okay.
All right.
Which one do you want to use? I think we should do my navigators again.
All right.
The ceremonial tria life-ish Kabbalic
Hoo-ha.
hoo-ha. Well, it's not a hoo-ha. but
I'm just kidding. I'm
Yes,
just
right.
kidding. Okay, So after esoterics, did I go through this already? I'll go through it again. So we have Gaurav, Angel Rivera, KC. Gina's now gone, so that'll leave us after KC is Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V.
We can do this.
Of course we can.
Because we love you. Each and every one of you. Are you stuttering? No, you're not. It doesn't look like
No,
it.
I'm still going. Yeah, this was not a great week for me either, esoterics, I gotta say. I'm just glad it's over and hoping to start a new leaf this week.
I happen to like your reading for Scorpios. I thought it really kind of was a turnaround from the past couple of weeks or so, and I thought it really resonated well. So thank you for that. Okay, our first card for you is the reversed Ace of Wands. That's a pretty card. I like that. Even reversed.
Well, I prefer it upright. What else you got?
Then we have the Sun, and this one's also reversed. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and that's also reversed.
So I'm sensing here, esoterics, that something is not working out as you had expected, and maybe some rewards or financial things that you were expecting to come through have not happened. There are delays, and there's definitely some pessimism and gloom and despair over this. You know, the Sun is reversed, but we need to turn that around somehow, don't we?
Well, to me, that Sun reversed also indicates maybe that this is not exactly an external, but there's a quality of that. But some of this goes to the nature maybe of your working relationships, whether it's a direct partnership or whether it's other people that are in working relationships with you. There is either a sense that there is a disappointment because either what's going on with them is a reflection on you or pulls away some of your energy towards that when you need it now. We all help out when we have to, but sometimes we have to take the hit where it hits us. With that Ace of Wands reversed, it's just like it's saying this is causing the delay of the enterprise that you're working on or the things you're working on that may be not specifically about your career but may involve a battery of things that are around your entire life. And then the Queen of Pentacles reversed just as indicating that you feel a lot of inertia right now. You feel like you can't really pull that together, but you are very aware, like Banshee says, that it really is a cycle going on, and it's a really rough one for you. I'm wondering if it's just really all the bull crap going on with Mars and stuff, and you're just going to have to try to hold on steadier too. But I think that's kind of what it is there's a lot of things that are just really pulling your energy away to help others, and you're going to have to do that a little bit.
I think that, you know, this too shall pass is a good thing to keep in mind here. I do feel like this is just a phase, that there are delays. There are delays and it's frustrating. If nothing else, you're going to feel a lot of frustration and you're just going to have to ride this out. I like what he's saying, that it's astrological to some extent, because I certainly think that could very well be here. And it's not, I think, a permanent condition, this particular thing we're looking at. But there are setbacks right now. And, you know, the cards sometimes are very good at picking up exactly what might be going on around you right now. And so I would say that this is not going to, you know, this is probably going to continue through the end of September, you know, possibly. You know, we've got a couple weeks left. I have a feeling that at least through the end of September, this may continue.
Well, most of these weird astrology aspects are about Capricorn, and of course, you probably know more astrology than me. I'm not really the greatest, but I know enough to be passable. But the idea that Cancer is kind of that opposite, and therefore, to some degree, there's a reflective ability. It's like Scorpio and Tauruses, or Aries and Libras to some degree. You know, sometimes you have that mirror view of it or resonance to it it affects you too. So you're doing that Lenormand?
I am.
Alrighty.
Well, so we have the Rider. And this is probably going to be no news to you, esoterics. Although the Rider is about news, but we also have the Mountain.
Oh yeah.
And it just seems right now, you know, that things just keep heaping up. You know, you keep getting like one bad news after another. You feel like you have a lot of obstacles to surmount right now. So you're just going to have to kind of marshal your forces and work your way through it. You know, it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible if you put your heart and your soul into it and if it is really that important to you. But again, you know, you have to determine sometimes when it's, you know, when to hold them and when to fold them. When is it time to say, this is just not working, you know? So you'll have to be a judge of that at some point. But I get the feeling, you know, knowing you are a tough person. You could persevere through this.
Well, I don't know the Lenormand like she does, but to me that Rider just talks about movement. So it's really saying you're moving towards that mountain. You're gonna face it. And even though everything isn't exactly balanced the way you need it now, there's something to be said for pluck, you know, just going for it, and that everything is a cycle. So it's just a matter of moving on, keep on moving on.
I have the technical difficulties screen up, and I don't know why.
You're behind. You need to reboot
okay.
totally. Hit the
Did I?
reboot-o.
All right.
So that's what we
Did
have.
you, there's somebody who came in who we're just going to have to say no.
Nicole Kelly. Hi, Nicole. We are not able to take any more readers today. We're sorry about that. We will be on again on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. So come. We're literally in the last 15 or so minutes of the show, and we're stacked up with reading. So there's just no way
we're gonna go
we
into
could do that.
Overtime now, so we're going to have to say no, but thanks for joining us, and feel free to watch the show for a while and see if you want to come back.
And if you are a subscriber, I think you've been here before, you will get a notification. Usually the people that come the earliest are the ones that have the best chance of getting a reading with us.
Yeah, I know you can. I absolutely know you can, esoterics. Hang in there. Well, that's, you know, I understand the mountains lately. So we'll get through this. Hey, Gaurav, you are up. Gaurav,
You do
it's your
so much
turn.
for so many people. It's just okay to give you a little back.
And Angel Rivera, KC, Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V. So Gaurav, you are up. Go ahead with your question.
Let's get those out of the way.
And we're rooting for you, esoterics. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hey, we got new couches. We're good. New used couches. But you know, we have 3 cats.
Yeah, do
So,
we really want to get something
I don't want
brand
to
new?
spend an arm and a leg on furniture right now. These are so comfortable. I'm going to love this.
Mr. O can't wait to fall asleep. As he usually does.
It's all mountains and mice at the moment. You might be right, Casey. All right, Angel, we will get to it. Absolutely. No problem.
All right.
Good luck with your consult. And,
Thanks, everybody.
let's see. Gaurav wants to know whether Shippy also loves me or only sees as a friend. Okay.
And you're doing the Golden Girls?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alrighty.
Take care, Angel.
Catch you later.
Here you go. Shuffle away.
Excuse me. Had a little burpee there.
Are you looking at the problem again?
Says we're doing excellent, although
It's still dropping. Well, we'll talk to...
no, I think it's just sort of that percentage is an overall since we started.
Okay.
So I think it's doing minor slipping right now.
Not yet, Dr. V, but we're getting there. We'll probably go into overtime to get to you. It's not a problem. There's 7 people in front, but I'm not sure everybody is here, so we'll see how it goes.
Is that a hint?
No, it's not a hint. This has been loads of fun today, actually, trying to work through all these mountains with our with our internet connection and all the stuff here. Well, I want to look at that question again. Okay, there's the 10 of Wands upright. And there's the Va-Va-Voom Devil upright. And there is the 2 of Swords reversed. Looks like a balance, sort of a balancing act that's not working right now. The I know the twos are kind of like that. There's a duality.
But these two also represent very similar kind of aspects.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe there's just 2 different ways you feel oppressed. And one is the way that is oppressive because you know it's good, but it's bad. And the other is just work.
So related to the question.
What was the question?
The question was about Chippy, whether they love them or sees only as a friend. I think there might be the potential here that they see you as more than a friend, but because the Devil card, but they feel like they're struggling with this in some way. They're struggling with their feelings and their emotions.
There's a hardship because they feel like they must make a decision, or they are actually being moved or compelled to make a decision, but I don't think their heart is really in it. And to some degree, that Devil tells me they'd rather let somebody else make the decision and stand behind that. So in other words, possibly due to cultural reasons, they sort of feel like they can stand aside and not have a responsibility there for making a decision.
Well, and this is one of those times that I have to not agree. Not agree with Mr. O. I'm kind of looking at the Devil card as being more like a sexual attraction. Like there could be something there that they are attracted. But the problem is that they feel burdened. There might be, I'm wondering, because the 2 of Swords is reversed, that there might be somebody else also that is attracting them.
I feel that too a little bit. I didn't want to say it because it's not very specific.
Okay. Yeah, it's not really specific to me either, but I sense that their feelings may be conflicted for some reason. And that's why,
2 different things and both of them really are problematic.
So do they want to be a friend or not? I'm not sure that they know. That's the problem here, I think, in a nutshell. Let's see what we have. We got the clouds. And then the Rider has come back. The Rider is on the good side, the light side of the clouds. Maybe, there's hope here in that you might get some news that could dispel some of the confusion surrounding this. I'm not going to say it's necessarily the news that you want to hear, but it will be news that will help clear up the confusion.
Is Gaurav the person trying to make the decision, or is it the other person?
I think it's the other person, myself.
Then I more or less agree with that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, if it's the other way, then what?
Then I don't agree with that.
Okay. Could you be more detailed?
It just seems like maybe they're moving away from that light edge, so maybe they're moving towards another decision altogether.
You know, it's true. Different decks, different things. I usually look at the Lenormand when I read them
I just see the motion going that way.
Right. I see what you're saying. I do. But they're moving out of the light, though, forward. And so I guess that's why I'm looking at it that way, because the light side is facing that card. I've always read the Lenormand as that second card kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Man, I'm at a loss for words today. It kind of really enhances the first card.
The dark clouds are on the side of that, and this is on the side of that. And she's got a big smile.
Well, you know that devil. I would, at any rate, take it for what it's worth. I do feel there's something conflicting them right now, as they may not be sure themselves whether they are a friend, you know, or they want more.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it.
But I definitely think there's an attraction.
Yeah, and the thing is that maybe they just don't really want to make the decision right now because it's painful, or it puts them in a role of... See, I think some of this is about accepting responsibility that maybe they're not ready to yet.
Yeah, qualifies might be a good way to put it, Casey. I do feel that basically this card modifies or just really expresses the other card. I don't know how to explain it. But I think you see that when I do the readings, that basically the one card that's there, I'm referring it to the previous one. There's another way I have said it before that makes sense, and honestly, I can't think of what it is right now. But Gaurav, that's what we have for you. We're going to run Angel Rivera's reading really quick, who's left us. He's going to check it out on our video. So do you mind if I just use the Golden Girls for his to go ahead? He wants to know about the week ahead. We're all very concerned about things with, because we work in libraries, Angel and I, and Mr.
There's a lot of movement to get things open again.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's part of his worries, but just to see what's going on in the week ahead.
Ooh.
Mr. O is yawning.
It's been a hard day or two.
Yes, it has.
Oh,
my goodness, we had to move things out of the way yesterday. We had to shuffle things around. We had to do some cleaning, and before the movers got here, so we were pretty tired at the end of the day yesterday, I have to say.
Well, then we had a meeting.
We had a meeting with our accountant.
And then we did the shoot and work for the Material Matters.
You look like a librarian? Ah, that's a great compliment.
Who's it from?
KC. Okay, Angel Rivera, this is for you.
She doesn't have the hair pulled back into a bun.
Okay, Angel Rivera, you've got the Page of Wands upright. You've got the Queen of Swords reversed. And then you've got Judgment reversed. Well, so this is kind of interesting combination. Do you want to go ahead?
Well, the Page of Wands is a message coming, and the message is probably about the fact that maybe there are going to be a lot of questions about the protocols or about where things are going to try to get a revival going. If at the very broadest, Judgment could be looked like as some sort of return to activity or some sort of change or reawakening. That could be the metaphor for the environment of corona, quarantine protocols, reopening. But it's reversed, and so I'm just thinking that the message is saying there's indecision or there's questions here, and it's maybe coming from the Queen of Swords. Like maybe I'm thinking somebody, a leader, actually says, wait, nobody likes this. Somebody's got to be the person making the hard, right decisions. Because that's what it really comes down to, is everybody wants to give in to some sort of cultural or popular sentiment, and nobody's really making the right decisions or the harsh decisions, the decisions that are balanced on mind.
Well, again, Angel, I think these cards do kind of reflect more the work environment than other areas of your life. There's going to be some news regarding work. I wonder here, that Judgment card reverse seems to indicate to me that, there's going to be a wake-up call of some sort, in that people are going to realize that maybe some bad judgment on the part of some people could cause people to rethink decisions that they have made. Maybe they realize now they should have taken some other steps to make sure people were following protocols properly. Maybe people are going to regret making some of the moves they made because they might think they happened too quickly and they rushed to judgment, and now it's coming back. Karma is coming back to haunt them. So I'm not sure what this is. Could it be about the COVID thing? Could it be about something else? But it seems to be work-related, whatever it is to me. And I'm going to draw some Lenormand and see if we get more information on that.
And just a note to Gaurav, we would echo what Kelly was saying, or anyone.
Yeah.
There's nothing really that specific about cards in the sense of the free will that you always have.
It's not set in stone.
Yes.
Yeah. Circumstances, various things can change the outlook. You yourself might take some actions based on the information we gave you that could alter where things are headed. So that's kind of it. The tarot, as a librarian, I love the tarot. It gives you something to think about, and then you process it and you decide what you're going to do with that information.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Anchor.
This is really funny, Angel. And after the anchor, what else do you get?
The ship.
Well, what does that say, Mr. O? I'm going to let him go since he's more novice with the Lenormand. What do you think looking at that?
That's not very nice.
What do you think?
Now, do I read the anchor first? Or does the anchor modify?
Is the ship setting sail, or is the ship being tied down by the anchor?
Well, the ship wants to set sail, regardless of whether it is or is being held back by the anchor. So that's, to me, the optimal point, is that there is some sort of sense that something should move, hopefully in a good direction. But the anchor is the question: is it doing that, or is it not? And to me, I think the ship goes with the Queen of Swords, because somebody is trying to say, we need to follow protocols even if we don't like them, even if they seem too harsh. And maybe the sense of the anchor seems too harsh too, in a way, because it's saying no, we got to stay there until we get this done right. And maybe that's what that's saying.
I think basically, Angel, you might have nailed this already, because you had said something about they're planning the spring term and it's going to be the same way that they're doing now. And I almost feel like, nothing is going to change regardless of what may be happening, regardless of, let's say cases go up or something makes them change their mind. They're not going to do it. They're going to stay the course. They're going to stay the course. The anchor, anchored where they are. So maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. We'll just have to see what fall and winter brings us.
Well, so we couldn't really tell you.
But as far as next week goes, regardless of what decisions they feel might be wrong, whatever, it looks like they're going to stay the course. Even if there's an uproar about it, even if there are questions, it looks like they're bound and determined to finish this off the way they've been.
Alrighty.
That's what I got.
We hope you like that when you see it.
Good luck, Angel. And KC, you are up right now.
Navigators or Mystic? Oh, wait. Adrian.
And after KC is Angel Mary, Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V. We are almost there. Oh, what? One tarot card. Okay. One of yours, perhaps?
Alrighty. I'm going to do it from the Adrian Tarot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you shuffle two.
Oh, very nice, KC.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Here you go. Shuffle.
I am.
And then fan them out, or let me fan them out, and you're going to pick the
Oh,
card.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because okay, that's fair trade for me having you pick the card out for the collective. Because we're a team. Oh, you're fanning them. There I go, messing things up again. Crossing the streams.
Team spelled sideways is meat.
But meat. Uh-oh, Casey. It's the Knight of Wands reversed. Wish I could have pulled a better card. I'm sorry.
Knight of Wands, though, it sounds like a fire sign, eh?
Yeah.
But the Knight of Wands would probably suggest that maybe you're going to have some issues about trust with people you normally would trust. Maybe there's something going on with people you trust. Maybe somebody's going to fail you. Maybe somebody's going to disappoint you in certain ways.
Well, since it is fire, Casey, I have to beg the question, is this talking about you right now? I mean, are you feeling kind of stuck? Are you feeling like you're not moving forward in the area of career or business, that things are not going in the direction you want them to? That would be my question with the Knight of Wands.
Okay, that works as well.
And I'm just going to throw a couple Lenormand, because I do that. I would say, though, right now, you've got the Anchor, which came up again. But this time it's come up with the Clover. And I think right now what it's saying is, regardless of how you might be feeling, it might be a good idea right now to stay where you are.
Stay the course.
Stay the course right now.
Because that's probably luckier for you, or that's
Yeah.
where more things will flow naturally.
You know, it's possible that, in time, because sometimes the Clover is about timing, the right time will come when you need to break out of that. But right now, it seems like it's better staying the course. Ah, okay.
But you have to stay, because we said
You have to stay now.
the Anchor. So sorry.
But
Nice try, though.
now he's being goofy. See what happens to him late in the day?
Alrighty.
So, Angel Mary, you are up. Okay. And that makes sense because, you want to get that wand moving at night, moving in the right direction. Or moving again.
She said wand.
I did. So, Angel Mary, you are up if you are still here, and then Divine You, Stacy, and Dr. V. So let's see if everybody has stuck with us, and if not, we'll move on with the list. Do you want to type the name?
Angel Mary,
Yep.
right? Oh, we're getting buffering messages again.
No.
I knew it, though. Oh, we're back to good connection now, so the message might have been old. Meh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, too, it's just because of the environment right now. I don't know about where you're at, but like I said, jobs around here are not that plentiful.
I don't know. We're hearing about jobs, though. Remember, there's the
Well,
job you
library
want.
jobs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if you
it's-
look like a
it's by
librarian,
feel.
maybe you want to try to be one someday.
I don't know what to say. Okay, Angel Mary.
Oh. Which project can make me successful and joyful? Okay, let's see what we get.
Alrighty.
I see a cat floating in the area.
That cat will never float.
It's our heaviest cat, Sassy. Well, we're sorry we did not bring you any cat action today. It's really worked out well for shuffling and for our cameras not falling
Sorry,
down.
not sorry.
Yeah. And we did want to be so relaxed on our new comfy furniture. I really thought they'd come and snuggle by us, but they did not.
No, did not.
Their loss. They'll get used to it.
They're probably on the bed watching the helix.
Well, that's probably Shadow, because now we've seen Sassy and he's up there still.
Yeah.
I was glad he moved to the tree. They got very upset when we moved the tree and the other one out. They didn't go in it at all yesterday, and that kind of surprises me. I've never looked back from the library world, Casey. It's going to be just a real culture shock to be away from it for a while.
Okay, Angel Mary. Projects.
Wow.
Well, indeed.
Okay, you have the Nine of Cups upright. You have the Eight of Swords upright. And you have the Queen of Wands upright. Or reversed. Reversed. Sorry. Well, right off the bat, Angel Mary, I would say, what is it you really desire? What is it you want to do? What is it you truly can put your heart into? Because the Nine of Cups is like a wish card. So it's kind of like, what do you really wish and dream and desire to do? This is what you should work on. And the Eight of Swords is kind of telling me that, you know, you feel maybe sometimes
held back.
Yeah, held back from doing that. And that you know, something is restricting you. You need to break that, because I think what it's doing is the Queen of Wands is reversed. It's really stopping you from achieving your full potential.
Okay, so to me, these cards possibly show at least two of the possibilities, as you're saying, which projects. And I'm thinking the Nine of Cups says there's something that really fulfills you, feels pleasurable. You may not feel rewarded as much materially as you would by what you're doing. But the Eight of Swords says there are certain things maybe that you're drawn to, but you might have less potentials there, but maybe there's something that's secure there. But is it secure for you, or is it just an illusion of security because somebody else is involved in creating that security for you? So the Queen of Wands reversed may be the determinant here to me, because it may be saying you have to kind of go a little bit rogue or a little bit wild and really explore more the idea of what you want. The Queen of Wands, I think, is taking a chance, or it's being a little bit more rambunctious in certain respect. So it may be saying that you're going to be drawn to move out of the containment and towards something that's a little bit roguelike.
You know, as I look at these again, Angel Mary, I would say one thing, that maybe what it's saying is, to me, projects relating to business and enterprise, the business world, maybe aren't for you so much as something that, and also that you feel stifled and trapped by things that are more logic based than emotion based. Maybe you need to put more of your efforts into, you know, things that really inspire you on an emotional level, and not so much on a logical or a business, you know, everyday business kind of level. Something that you can be really creative at and use your creative abilities. What do you think?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's do that letter on.
And hey, Divine you can get ready with your question, and then there's Stacy and Dr. V, and we'll call it a day. And I will go back out in the gorgeous sunshine again. All right, here's what we have. Why is the anchor coming up every time? These cards are not bent. So here we are again. We have the dog and the anchor. I'm thinking that whatever you choose should be something that, you know, you feel very comfortable with and compatible with. I feel that, this project, maybe it will involve somebody you know and you feel close to. If you have a partner or, somebody that you can work with that you're close to, so on a creative project, it's something, though, that I feel that you want to be comfortable enough with that you're willing to stick with it for some time.
Is it possible that maybe these cards are all talking about the same thing and not differing challenges or opportunities? Because
I think so.
to me, the anchor sort of aligns with that, the sort of being held
Stuck
there
in place.
or security of some sort. The dog may be a fit for that because the loyalty expressed there is also about friendship, and I think that sort of plays a little bit with the Nine of Cups, the idea of really good camaraderie and pleasantries like that. Or it's possible that maybe it plays to the Queen of Wands in a way, not specifically, but the Queen of Wands could represent the idea of a partner. So maybe it is about a partner who shows you that you just need to stick with something and that it's going to come through. But it's a matter of time is what it looks like. Not years, of course.
Sounds good to me.
Not years.
I hope that gives you something to go on, but it seems to me a use of your creative talents and abilities, or things where, if it's about generating ideas, things like that would be worth working on and pursuing. Things that draw the creative out of you. Because other things just seem stifling.
Okay.
That's what I have. All right. And we're moving on. I typed in Divine U to type in their question. We'll see if they're here. And then Stacy and Dr. V. Divine U, I haven't seen in a while, but that doesn't mean they're not here.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome, Angel Mary.
Go back to that one last time.
Sounds good to me. Okay, Divine U, I'm giving you another moment or two to type your question. And if not, Stacy, you can go ahead and type yours, and we'll do yours next.
And we are in overtime, but if people are wondering, we will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. So if we do miss you today or did miss you, you can always try to come back.
Thursdays have been a little quiet lately, so, it's a good time to get in early and get your question answered. I think Divine U are gone.
Possibly. I know sometimes they work on phone or they get phone calls.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the last time I've seen them, and it is not for a long time.
Well, it looks like Stacy is up then.
Yep, Stacy, you are up. You are next. And after Stacy's Dr. V. And thanks everybody for spending the afternoon with us. We had fun today. And in the comfort of our furniture.
Ah, yes.
Our last two love seats that we had in here, we've had them since we moved in. Matter of fact, I won those. I bought those with lottery winnings I had at the time. Just one of those lucky strikes of mine.
He's there.
Hey, Stacy, you with us?
I don't see the number of watchers.
I see 7.
Okay. Well.
There we go. Oh dear. Okay, let's ask. I dropped a card. Show her. If I had to drop one, help to get the right camera up. I dropped the Magician out, Stacy. Well, I hope it comes from somewhere. That's a positive.
That's probably a pretty good card for computer-related questions.
Oh yeah, in a way, you're right.
The direction of all the elements, the appreciation for all the harmonizing energies. Because to me, I suppose that's what IT should be, is to be able to...
Yeah, I know how that goes. I've been playing it kind of hidden in my life for various reasons. We've had issues in the past. And, you know, there are just some people who just don't get it. What I have found is difficult as a psychic is that when I was younger and I was a kid, everybody wanted me to do their cards, find out who's coming into their life and stuff. When I got older, people were worried I was reading their minds all the time or something, you know? It's not as easy a way to make friends and keep people around sometimes. It's different.
All right.
So, all right. It looks like maybe there'll be some struggle, Stacy, but it may work out. We're leaning towards yes here. You have 2 aces, which kind of let us know that is most likely yes. And the deciding card in this, though, and why I say there may be some struggles, is we have the 5 of Wands upright.
So there's competition.
There is definite competition. The job market is tight, and you're going to have to try to pull something out that will show that you rise above the rest of the competition.
I think it'll happen quickly. I think that this brings a sense of speed to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be like you'll have to wait a long time to find out. But it does look like it's more likely, yes. Small chance of no.
You know, it's going to be, I mean, obviously, you know, you're going to be on the edge of your seat with this one, I think. You know, you're going to be worried because it might come down to the wire, but I think it could happen.
Let her run.
Let's see what we get. Hopefully the Lenormand will not rain on this parade. Yeah, I know, and you've been doing really well. And, you know, that always looks good to people, too, that, you know, you are going for higher ed and you are bettering yourself, and I always think that's a plus. It's also good to mention, you know, I've always mentioned in my resumes that I made the dean's list and stuff like that. Oh. Very interesting. Here's the stork. And the ship. Well, you may have to do some traveling for this job. There's a change coming. And it may involve, or maybe travel is involved in the job in some way. Like maybe you'll have to troubleshoot things at different locations, or maybe go to different branches to do this job. But it seems as though something with travel or movement and change is afoot. I think, and of course the storks means something new is birthing. So I do think something's coming.
Right. I'm wondering if this is actually more connected to the process of the interview, like you might have to travel to do that. But the newness thing there just sort of kind of, to me, goes along with the idea of the 2 aces that this change is going to happen. So it looks really positive.
Man, I hope it works out for you, absolutely. But I'm not, you know, like I said, that 5 of Wands, you know, 5s are kind of cards of contention. And so I'm just going to say it's going to be something you're going to have to work hard at to make sure you rise above, you know, the rest. So keep sending those resumes out there, and something is going to stick. I really think. You are going to hear back from someone. So good luck. Good luck with that. And let's see. So we are on Dr. V. Dr. V, you are up. Hey, and thanks for spending the day with us, Stacy. It was really great to see you.
Thank you. Yep.
So, Dr. V, are you still with us? Have you hung in there? I hope so. Oh, there you are. Well, let's see if you want to just throw a 3 and see if anything comes up.
Sure. What is the question?
About resumed the new job at IHVN last week. Wants to know about the future in terms of promotion and pay rise. You're welcome, Stacy. Wishing the best.
You're very welcome.
All right. I can't believe you're actually behind me this time. That's really interesting.
Well, the chat, you mean?
Yeah. Because usually I'm behind you. You're telling me about things in the chat before I see them.
That's true.
Yeah. Wonder what's up.
I don't know.
Hey, Casey. Thanks for hanging. We're on our last reading anyway. So, thanks for hanging with us all this time. Always good to see you.
Hi, Kellyo.
Yeah, and great to see you, Stacy. Like I said, we'll see you in the Twitterverse. It's always nice to be able to chat up with people that, I've met in Twitter, Facebook, other places. Sorry I mistook you for my other Stacy friend. All right, I cut. And let's see what you pull. You can go ahead.
So we have the, whoops,
Let's get the camera back for Dr. V.
the Lovers reversed. The Seven of Swords reversed. And the Five of Swords reversed. Off the top of it, I'm not so sure that it's a great environment, at least currently,
For
promotions. It sort of looks like things are a little bit tight there. You may find that maybe there are some cliques. There are some people who have their own small inner clubs.
Agendas.
And or agendas. I definitely can see that there. So I'm thinking that it may not be a place that you'll feel you can engage in a lot of things with people on a camaraderie basis. It may be rather competitive and or a little bit like we're saying, people with their own agenda. So you'll have to watch yourself at least until you're sure that you're fitting in there and that people are accepting you.
Well, I don't know if this really applies for you, Dr. V, or not, but I see what he's saying here as far as contention or competition goes. There seems like there's a lot of rivalry or competition there. And like you said, maybe some clique behavior that maybe ultimately you might find that this is not an environment long term that's going to suit you. So right now it looks as though they may have their own ideas about advancement. Well, really, I do see what you're saying, though, about the swords, that maybe right now things are tight for them. Maybe they're just not going to be able to provide anything at the moment till circumstances and conditions change.
I think that's part of it, but I think it's also just a little bit that there's a sense of divisiveness in the atmosphere there. I'm not so sure that it's about resources. However, I do think that the Lovers reverse maybe will show that ultimately you're going to feel that you're not as happy there as you want to be.
Yeah. There's something not satisfying and doesn't feel right about it ultimately to you. And I don't know that that is going to happen overnight. This is going to be a realization.
Yeah, this will be a while before you come to that understanding because, at first they'll probably be okay with you, but eventually you'll start to realize that maybe you're not a good fit there.
That there are some things that are happening under the surface that maybe you can't agree with.
Yeah. Gossip.
Well, this time I've got it darkly. So we have the birds, and we also have the clouds again. And this time the dark clouds are facing the card of the other card, which to me indicates that, you might get some news or you might hear some gossip. Sometimes the birds are about gossip, that people talking on the job that might be kind of disappointing to you.
Malicious.
Yeah, either you might think that they're talking out, they're not talking truthfully to you, or it really may make you wonder about what really is going on here at this place of employment.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that maybe the gossip or that kind of chitter chatter going on will kind of reveal to you that there are some less than cool things going on there. because I think that's what the clouds is saying, is that there is a darkness there. It's nothing that really has to affect you. You could just go in and just do your job and not get involved in all of that drama.
Yeah, if you can avoid the drama, that a lot of workplaces have, and I don't care where you are, whether you're in a helping profession, whether you're in education like I am, whether you're in, social work, there's always something. There is always office politics and things like that, power plays.
The key would be to not get too emotionally involved with people there. You might find that there are certain people that you're drawn to, but you might want to really just be more neutral until you understand the overall lay of that. You wouldn't want to get involved with somebody maybe who, if they were unpleased with you, that maybe they would represent you in a poor light to others there.
So I would say if you just started there, just give it time and see how things are going, and maybe we could find out, you could ask again. Right now, it doesn't look like much in the way of advancement, but maybe that'll change as you acclimate to the culture there and you decide, whether that is going to work for you or not. And that's what we have for you, Dr. V. Thanks for waiting. I know you've been on here a while, and we're glad we're able to get to you. Always good to see you here as well.
Thanks, Dr. Victor. So I guess that wraps it up, Banshee.
It wraps it up. And we're done with our relaxed show. And maybe we'll go back to business as usual for Thursday nights.
So I think as a special treat, I'm going to play the Gina intro as the outro.
As the outro? Okay.
And once again, it was just the intro reimagined with a little insertion of a wonderful gift that our friend Gina got for us, a spiraling
DNA helix. So
that
awesome.
Proudly hangs in our bedroom now.
It is just really cool.
So
take
remember,
care, everybody.
We'll be back next Thursday, and until then, take care.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Dr. Victor.
Bye-bye.